Have you ever considered whether the act of masturbating could be quietly affecting your health as you get older? As we age, preserving our well-being becomes an even more crucial priority, and certain activities that appeared benign in our younger days can carry unforeseen consequences later in life. If you are over the age of 65, you might not have considered that one specific habit, something frequently dismissed as natural and innocuous, could be exposing your health to significant jeopardy. In this video, we are exploring the surprising risks of a subject that is seldom discussed with openness: how frequent masturbation after the age of 65 may lead to unintended effects on your body and overall wellness. While this is a normal part of human experience, recent conversations among medical professionals indicate that, in some instances, it can be a contributing factor to physical and mental health issues that many seniors face without understanding the underlying cause. Stay with me until the very conclusion, because what you discover today could very well alter the way you perceive your health. We will examine the real impact of this habit on your heart, nervous system, and cognitive function, especially how it can subtly influence energy levels, mood stability, and even long-term cardiovascular well-being. By the end of this video, you will possess a deeper comprehension of what is truly occurring inside your body, empowering you to make well-informed decisions regarding your health. Before we begin, if you have not yet subscribed, I recommend you do so and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you find this video helpful, please type a 1 in the comments. If you do not, please type a 0 to let me know so I can create better videos for you. Now let's get started. 1. Unexpected strain on the cardiovascular system. One of the most disregarded risks of frequent masturbation after the age of 65 is the effect it can have on the heart and the entire cardiovascular system. While this activity might seem entirely separate from cardiac function, the reality is that any action that elevates heart rate and blood pressure, particularly in brief, intense surges, can impose unforeseen strain on an aging cardiovascular system. For younger people with strong, flexible arteries, this may not be a significant issue. However, for older adults whose blood vessels naturally lose elasticity over time, this abrupt rise in heart rate can occasionally result in irregularities, dizziness, or even an elevated risk of cardiac events. Consider the last time you participated in light physical activity, such as climbing a flight of stairs or carrying in groceries. You likely observed your heart working harder, your breathing pattern changing, and perhaps even a slight sense of fatigue. Now, envision that same type of physiological response occurring in a moment of intense but short-lived activity. The difference is, in this scenario, you are not prepared for it. Your body lacks the gradual warm-up or pacing that accompanies deliberate exercise, meaning a spike in heart rate can be more sudden than you anticipate. This abrupt cardiovascular stress is why some older adults report feeling light-headed, fatigued, or even experiencing irregular heart rhythms afterward. Take the case of someone like William, a 72-year-old retired engineer. William had always considered himself in relatively good health, managing his diet and staying active. However, he began noticing that after certain private moments, he felt an unusual tightness in his chest and a sensation of being more breathless than normal. At first, he dismissed it, But after one particularly unsettling episode, he decided to mention it to his doctor during a routine visit. To his astonishment, his physician explained that these symptoms were not uncommon in men his age, especially those with a history of high blood pressure or minor heart conditions. While William did not need to cease the activity entirely, his doctor advised him to pay closer attention to his body's signals and to avoid overexerting himself in a manner his heart was not conditioned to handle. It is crucial to understand that this is not about instilling fear. It is about fostering awareness. Many seniors are not even conscious of how their body's response to this activity changes with age. As the body gets older, the recovery time after any exertion lengthens. The heart muscles and blood vessels do not rebound as swiftly as they once did. A sudden rush of physical effort without preparation can be more taxing than expected. While occasional activity is not necessarily harmful, frequent or prolonged intensity could be placing strain on an aging cardiovascular system without you even realizing it. If you have ever noticed a sudden onset of exhaustion, dizziness, or even mild discomfort in your chest after engaging in this habit, it might be worth paying attention. Your body is communicating with you, and recognizing these signals can make all the difference in preventing unnecessary stress on your heart. 2. Nervous system fatigue and energy depletion. Another surprising effect that few people discuss is how frequent masturbation can result in nervous system fatigue, leaving you feeling drained, sluggish, and even mentally unfocused. The human body depends on a delicate balance of energy, hormones, and neurological signals to function at its best. As we age, this equilibrium becomes more fragile. While this activity might seem like a stress reliever in the moment, it can actually contribute to long-term exhaustion, making you feel more tired throughout the day without fully grasping the reason. Think of it this way: your nervous system is akin to a battery. Every action you undertake, whether it is physical activity, emotional processing, or even mental concentration, draws power from this battery. When you were younger, that battery recharged quickly, and your body could handle higher levels of stimulation with minimal consequence. But as you get older, the capacity to replenish that energy diminishes. What used to be a simple act of relaxation in your youth may now be taxing on your nervous system, leading to extended periods of fatigue, sluggishness, or even difficulty concentrating. Consider the experience of someone like Richard, a 69-year-old retired teacher. Richard started noticing that he felt inexplicably drained during the day, often grappling with low energy in the mornings and requiring multiple naps to get through his routine. He had always assumed that fatigue was just an inevitable part of aging. However, when he reduced certain habits for a few weeks, he was astonished to find that his energy levels improved. He felt more alert, more focused, and even noticed that his sleep quality got better. The connection became evident. Overuse of certain bodily systems can lead to depletion, and recognizing this enabled him to make adjustments that benefited his overall well-being. The reason this occurs is largely connected to neurotransmitters, those tiny chemical messengers in your brain responsible for mood, motivation, and energy. Activities that stimulate the release of dopamine, the brain's pleasure and reward chemical, can feel good in the moment. However, excessive stimulation can lead to a phenomenon known as dopamine burnout. This is where your brain's sensitivity to pleasure diminishes over time, leading to feelings of lethargy, low motivation, and even mild depressive symptoms. In younger years, the brain is resilient enough to bounce back quickly from these fluctuations. But as we age, the nervous system takes longer to recover. This is why some older adults who engage in this habit frequently report feeling more sluggish than they used to. It is not about stopping entirely. It is about understanding your body's changing limits and making choices that help you maintain energy, rather than deplete it. If you have ever felt an unusual sense of fatigue, a lack of motivation, or difficulty concentrating without an obvious cause, consider whether this habit may be playing a role. Adjusting your frequency and paying attention to how your body responds could make a noticeable difference in your daily energy levels. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment with the number 2 below to let me know you're here with me. Your feedback helps me continue to bring you the information that matters most. 3. Disrupted sleep patterns and increased restlessness. One of the most overlooked consequences of frequent masturbation in older adults is its impact on sleep quality. Many people assume that engaging in this habit before bed will help them relax and fall asleep faster. And while that might have been true in younger years, the reality changes as we age. Instead of leading to deep, restful sleep, it can actually contribute to nighttime restlessness, frequent awakenings, and an overall feeling of not being well rested the next morning. Sleep is a delicate process, governed by a complex interplay of hormones, brain activity, and nervous system regulation. One of a key player in this process is melatonin, the hormone responsible for signaling to your body that it is time to wind down and rest. However, engaging in activities that trigger a surge of dopamine, the pleasure and reward neurotransmitter, can interfere with melatonin production, making it harder for your body to transition into a restful state. This is why some people find that despite feeling relaxed immediately after, they end up tossing and turning later in the night. Consider someone like Gerald, a 74-year-old retiree who always prided himself on being an early riser. But over the past few years, he started noticing a frustrating pattern. He would fall asleep easily, only to wake up times throughout the night. No matter how many adjustments he made to his bedtime routine, he could not shake the feeling of waking up groggy and unrested. It was not until he read about how dopamine and melatonin interact that he realized the connection. By making small adjustments to his habits before bed, Gerald was able to sleep more soundly and wake up feeling refreshed rather than fatigued. Another issue that often goes unnoticed is how this habit can contribute to an overactive nervous system right before sleep. Many seniors already struggle with conditions like restless leg syndrome, nighttime muscle cramps, or general sleep disturbances due to aging. When the nervous system is overstimulated, especially in the evening, it can make it harder to fully relax, leading to light, fragmented sleep, rather than the deep, restorative sleep the body needs to function optimally. This is important because poor sleep does not just leave you feeling tired the next day. It has a cumulative effect on overall health. Studies have shown that chronic sleep disruption in older adults is linked to increased inflammation, higher risks of memory decline, and even a weakened immune system. When the body does not get enough deep sleep, it struggles to repair itself, making it harder to maintain mental sharpness, physical strength, and emotional well-being. So, if you have been experiencing poor sleep, frequent nighttime awakenings, or a general sense of fatigue in the mornings, it may be worth considering whether this habit is playing a role. Small changes, such as adjusting the timing or frequency, can make a significant difference in improving sleep quality and helping your body recover properly. 4. Increased risk of prostate irritation and urinary issues. One of the most unexpected consequences of frequent masturbation in older adults is its potential impact on prostate health. Many men assume that regular activity in this area keeps things functioning smoothly. But as we age, the body reacts differently. For some, overuse can lead to increased prostate sensitivity, mild inflammation, and even a heightened risk of urinary discomfort that was not an issue in younger years. The prostate naturally enlarges as men age, a condition known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. This enlargement can sometimes press against the bladder, making it harder to fully empty, leading to frequent urges to urinate, especially at night. When this area is overstimulated, the surrounding muscles and tissues can become irritated, increasing the sensation of needing to go to the bathroom more often. Some men find that, after engaging in this habit frequently, they experience a temporary feeling of tightness, a weaker urine stream, or even mild burning. While this is not always a cause for alarm, it is something worth paying attention to, especially if these symptoms start to interfere with daily comfort. Take someone like Leonard, a 71-year-old retired construction worker. Leonard had never had serious urinary issues before, but he noticed that he was waking up more often at night to use the bathroom. At first, he thought it was just part of aging, but after discussing it with his doctor, he learned that overstimulation of the prostate can sometimes make these symptoms worse, temporarily increasing inflammation and sensitivity. His doctor recommended taking a break from frequent activity to see if his symptoms improved. And sure enough, within a couple of weeks, his nighttime trips to the bathroom became less frequent, and he felt more comfortable overall. Another overlooked aspect is how frequent stimulation affects the pelvic floor muscles. The pelvic floor is responsible for supporting bladder control, and as we age, these muscles naturally weaken. When overstimulated, they can become fatigued, leading to occasional leaking, sudden urges, or difficulty maintaining full control. While this might not be noticeable at first, over time, it can contribute to a gradual decline in urinary function. For men who already experience mild urinary issues, this is especially important. If you have noticed an increase in urgency, occasional dribbling, or difficulty fully emptying your bladder, consider whether frequent stimulation might be contributing to the problem. Making small adjustments, such as reducing frequency or incorporating pelvic floor exercises, can help maintain better urinary health while reducing unnecessary strain on the prostate. If any of this sounds familiar to you, take a moment to listen to what your body is telling you. Your comfort and well-being are worth paying attention to, and small changes can make a big difference. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment with the number 4 below to let me know you're here. Your feedback helps me continue providing information that supports your health and quality of life. 5. Hormonal imbalance and mood swings. Another surprising effect of frequent masturbation after 65 is its potential impact on hormone balance and overall mood. Many people do not realize that this activity is tied to the release of key hormones that regulate energy, emotional stability, and even cognitive function. While it might feel like a temporary stress reliever, engaging in it too often can lead to subtle but significant hormonal fluctuations that leave you feeling emotionally unsteady, irritable, or even slightly down in the days that follow. Hormones like testosterone, dopamine, and oxytocin all play a role in how we feel on a daily basis. When you engage in this activity, there is a temporary rush of dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter responsible for pleasure and motivation. However, frequent overuse can lead to something called dopamine depletion, where your brain's sensitivity to this chemical is reduced over time. This can make everyday activities feel less enjoyable, leading to a cycle where it takes more and more stimulation to achieve the same level of satisfaction. Some men find themselves feeling unmotivated, easily frustrated, or even experiencing mild depressive symptoms without realizing why. Take someone like Edward, a 68-year-old former accountant who had always been a level-headed and positive person. But over the past year, he started noticing unexplained mood swings. One day he felt energized and focused, and the next he felt sluggish and easily irritated. It was not until he took a step back and evaluated his daily habits that he realized the connection. After making a few changes and spacing out the frequency of this activity, he noticed that his mood stabilized. His energy felt more consistent, and he did not experience the same emotional crashes that had started creeping into his daily life. Another critical factor is testosterone regulation. While younger men produce this hormone at high levels, production naturally declines with age. Frequent stimulation can sometimes lead to temporary dips in testosterone, which may contribute to increased fatigue, reduced motivation, and even subtle changes in muscle tone. Some studies suggest that the excessive release of certain hormones, like prolactin, can further suppress testosterone, leaving men feeling less energized and more prone to emotional ups and downs. This is not to say that all activity is bad, far from it. But moderation is key. If you have been feeling emotionally off balance, struggling with motivation, or noticing subtle changes in your overall mood, it might be worth considering whether hormonal fluctuations are playing a role. Giving your body more time to reset between instances of stimulation can help restore natural hormone balance, leading to more stable energy levels and a greater sense of well-being. If you have ever experienced this kind of emotional roller coaster without an obvious reason, you are not alone. Many seniors go through these changes without realizing the underlying cause. Small adjustments can make a significant difference in how you feel each day. 6. Reduced sensitivity and diminished pleasure. Over time, one of the lesser-known effects of frequent masturbation after 65 is how it can lead to a gradual decline in sensitivity, making it harder to experience the same level of pleasure over time. Many people assume that this activity is purely beneficial, helping to maintain function and circulation. However, what often goes unnoticed is that overstimulation, especially when it becomes a habitual or frequent part of one's routine, can lead to desensitization, meaning that the body responds less intensely than it once did. The human nervous system is designed to adapt to repeated stimuli. When the same type of stimulation occurs too often, Nerve receptors can become less responsive, requiring stronger or more prolonged stimulation to achieve the same effect. This is why some older adults notice that the sensations they once enjoyed do not feel as strong as they used to, or that it takes more effort and time to reach the same level of satisfaction. In some cases, it can even lead to frustration, as what once felt effortless now seems to require more focus and effort. Take the case of Robert, a 73-year-old former musician. Robert had always enjoyed an active lifestyle and saw no harm in keeping certain habits from his younger years. But over time, he noticed a subtle but undeniable shift. What once felt effortless now required more time, and the sensations were not quite the same. At first, he chalked it up to aging, but after hearing from others with similar experiences, he realized that excessive stimulation had played a role. After adjusting his habits and allowing his body more time to reset between instances, he noticed an improvement in overall sensitivity, making the experience feel more natural and enjoyable again. Another factor at play here is nerve fatigue. Just like any other part of the body, the nerve endings responsible for sensation can become overstimulated when exposed to the same repetitive activity too frequently. This can result in a dulling effect, making responses feel weaker than they once were. Additionally, excessive dopamine release, especially in short bursts, can alter how the brain processes pleasure, sometimes leading to a reduced ability to feel excitement or anticipation in other areas of life. The good news is that this process is often reversible. By giving the body more time to recover between instances of stimulation, many people find that their natural sensitivity improves over time. This is not about stopping altogether. It is about understanding how to maintain balance so that experiences remain enjoyable rather than becoming frustrating. If you have ever felt that things do not quite feel the same as they used to, or that it takes more effort than before, know that you are not alone. Many people experience this change without realizing the cause, but small adjustments can make a significant difference. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment with the number 6 below to let me know you're here. Your engagement helps me continue providing content that supports your well-being. 7. Increased feelings of loneliness and emotional detachment. One of the most overlooked consequences of frequent masturbation in older adults is its potential impact on emotional well-being and social connections. While this activity might seem like a harmless way to relieve stress or pass the time, excessive reliance on it can sometimes contribute to feelings of isolation, loneliness, and emotional detachment from meaningful relationships. Human beings are wired for connection. Emotional intimacy, physical touch, and deep personal interactions play a crucial role in overall happiness and mental health. When masturbation becomes a primary outlet for comfort or stress relief, it can subtly reduce the motivation to seek out real social engagement. Over time, this can lead to an increased sense of disconnection from others, making social interactions feel less fulfilling or even unnecessary. Consider someone like James, a 75-year-old widower. After losing his wife, James found himself spending more time alone, filling his days with routines that felt familiar and comforting. Over time, he noticed that he was not reaching out to friends as often, and even when he did, socializing felt more like an obligation than a genuine desire. He did not immediately connect the dots, but eventually, he realized that his habit of relying on solitary activities for comfort was subtly reinforcing his isolation. Once he made a conscious effort to balance his personal time with more social engagement, whether through joining a local group, attending community events, or simply reconnecting with old friends, he found that his overall mood improved and the feelings of loneliness became much less overwhelming. This kind of emotional detachment is not something that happens overnight. It is a gradual shift, one that often goes unnoticed until feelings of isolation become more pronounced. The brain forms habits based on reward cycles, and when a quick source of comfort is readily available, it can sometimes replace the motivation to seek deeper, more meaningful interactions with others. This is why some older adults find themselves spending more time alone, without realizing that certain habits may be reinforcing that pattern. There is also a psychological aspect to consider. Engaging in meaningful interactions with others, whether it is a conversation, a shared experience, or even something as simple as a handshake or a hug, triggers the release of oxytocin, a hormone associated with bonding and emotional connection. When social interactions decrease, oxytocin levels can decline, contributing to feelings of loneliness and even mild depressive symptoms. If you have ever found yourself feeling more isolated than you would like, or if socializing has started to feel less rewarding than it used to, it may be worth reflecting on the role that certain habits play in shaping those feelings. Making small adjustments, such as setting aside dedicated time for social activities, reaching out to old friends, or engaging in hobbies that encourage human connection, can help restore a sense of balance and fulfillment. If this insight resonates with you, take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. Social connection is one of the most powerful tools for maintaining emotional health as we age, and even small changes can have a lasting impact. 8. Increased risk of pelvic floor weakness and bladder control issues. One of the lesser known consequences of frequent masturbation in older adults is its potential effect on pelvic floor strength and bladder control. While most people associate pelvic health with younger individuals or those recovering from medical conditions, the truth is that as we age, the muscles that support the bladder, prostate, and lower abdomen naturally weaken. Over time, excessive strain in this area, especially when done frequently or with too much intensity, can contribute to pelvic floor fatigue, leading to subtle but frustrating changes in bladder function. The pelvic floor is responsible for maintaining proper bladder control, supporting internal organs, and ensuring stability in the lower body. When these muscles weaken, it can result in increased urgency, occasional leakage, or difficulty fully emptying the bladder. Many seniors assume that these changes are just part of aging, but they may be unknowingly exacerbating the problem without realizing it. Consider someone like Harold, a 70-year-old retired mechanic. Harold had always been in good health, but he started noticing that he was making more frequent trips to the bathroom, especially at night. He also realized that he sometimes felt a slight loss of control when sneezing or laughing, something he had never experienced before. After researching the connection between pelvic floor health and frequent stimulation, he decided to reduce the frequency and incorporate simple pelvic exercises into his daily routine. Within a few weeks, he noticed a real difference. His urgency decreased, and he felt more in control throughout the day. This issue is more common than many people realize. Overuse of the pelvic muscles without proper recovery time can lead to muscle fatigue, much like any other part of the body. Just as overworking the arms or legs without rest can cause soreness and reduced strength, excessive strain on the pelvic region can cause temporary tightness, discomfort, or a reduced ability to maintain full control. Another important factor is nerve sensitivity. The nerves in the pelvic region play a crucial role in regulating bladder function. When overstimulated, they can send mixed signals to the brain, creating a false sense of urgency or causing the bladder to react unpredictably. This is why some people notice an increase in nighttime awakenings to use the bathroom, even if their overall fluid intake has not changed. The good news is that these issues can often be managed with small lifestyle adjustments. Reducing frequency, incorporating simple pelvic floor exercises, and paying attention to how your body responds can help restore control and reduce unnecessary strain on these important muscles. If you have ever noticed unexpected changes in bladder function, increased urgency, or occasional leakage, it might be worth considering how certain habits impact your pelvic floor strength. Small changes can lead to noticeable improvements in comfort and confidence. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment with the number 8 below to let me know you're here. Your engagement helps me continue providing content that supports your well-being. Final thoughts as we conclude this video. Take a moment to reflect on everything we have covered. Many habits that seem harmless in our younger years can have unexpected effects as we age, and masturbation is no exception. From its impact on cardiovascular health and nervous system fatigue to its role in hormone balance, sleep quality, and pelvic floor strength, it is clear that moderation and awareness are key. The goal here is not to create unnecessary worry, but to provide valuable insights that help you make informed decisions about your well-being. One of the biggest takeaways is that your body is always communicating with you. If you have noticed changes in energy, mood, bladder control, or even overall satisfaction, paying closer attention to your habits could reveal patterns you had not considered before. Small adjustments, whether it is reducing frequency, improving sleep hygiene, or focusing on social engagement, can have a significant impact on how you feel each day. The good news is that many of these effects are reversible, and by being mindful of your body's needs, you can maintain a sense of vitality and confidence well into your later years. So now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these insights stood out to you the most? Have you noticed any of these changes in yourself? Or do you have personal experiences to share? Your thoughts matter, and this is a space where we can learn from one another. Thank you for joining us today. We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so do not hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.